Alrighty, first time going live here, and today we are going to be coloring Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. As you can see, I already did a flat, so now I'm going to get in there and lay down some colors. Excuse me. This is my first time streaming. This is my first time streaming, so I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. But I will be starting to do this more often just to get something up on my YouTube channel. I haven't been able to make videos lately with YouTube, for YouTube, because editing and shooting videos takes a long time. So I'm going to try to do some live events, live streaming, not live event, live streaming, just to keep things going on my channel here. All right, let's get into it, and I'm gonna lay down some colors first. Well, streaming live, kind of nervous. Let me lay down the first color. Let me lay with this flats. I'm gonna call this body color, so I know later on what I'm looking for. So what I like to do is lay down the midtones. I like to lay down the midtones first, then come back with the dark and then the highlights. Right now I'm just picking where I want to select to start coloring. Switch over to my body color. Switch it over here. And let's go ahead, and I'm just gonna color the whole thing. I think that's too dark. There you go. I think that's a bell green. You know what? Let me do this just to cover up some things quicker. All right. Then next, I like to do dark tones, and I create a new layer, and then I do the multiply. Let's do this down here, and then I come in here, and let's lay down some colors. Let me thicken this up a little bit here. And let's lay down some shadows. Color this a little bit because I didn't hit the mid-tone greens right there, so it's throwing off the color a little bit. I'm planning to do this maybe every morning, because that's the only time I get to really draw, is early in the morning before I start my regular day job. I wish drawing was my everyday day job. I wish. I wish I could make enough money where the only thing I have to do is just draw. That will be ideal job for me, just to draw. But I don't think my drawing skills is there yet. But I just draw to enjoy the process. I enjoy drawing. But what I did do is I did try to sign up for a convention. I live by the Houston, Texas area. Katy, Texas, actually. And Houston has a comic convention called Comic Palooza. And to be honest, I wish Comic Palooza had more comic book creators. Their comic book guests are pretty horrible, I think. I mean, when I say horrible, I'm not talking about the ones that they bring here is horrible. I'm talking about the amount of comic book creators they bring here is horrible. The ones they do bring here are pretty, I get excited about. No complaints about the ones that do come here. And, but they don't bring enough comic book creators at all. I wish they would bring more because their name of the convention is called Comic Palooza. And I wish they live up to the name. And as far as the celebrity guests, I think they could do better in that category too. I've been to the one comic convention in Dallas, Texas. Oh my God, that comic convention blows Comic Palooza out the water. I mean, they have comic book creators out the wazoo. They had Jim Lee, which was a big name. They had Freddie William Jr. I forget the guy that does the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I forget now. He did the Thundercats. I'm sorry, Thundercats and He-Man crossover. And that was an awesome read. I enjoyed that one a lot. But he was there. I was super excited. I almost pulled a trigger on an original art piece from him. But the piece I wanted was, I think, over $1,000. And I just couldn't pull the trigger, guys. Not for $1,000. I mean, he had other pieces at different prices. But and they were like $400, $500. Those are a little bit more in my price range, and I'd be willing more to pay $400 or $500 for an art piece. But when you see not print, but an original art piece that you really wanted, that's all you really think about, that piece that you can't afford, right? You always want something that you can't have. So yeah, I wanted that $1,000 piece. It was a splash page from the Thundercat He-Man crossover. So yeah, it was pricey, and it was worth $1,000. Don't get me wrong. It was just out of my price range. So there goes my original art piece of that comic book that I really enjoy. Is it my favorite comic? No, absolutely not. But I really wanted that art piece though, because it had my childhood favorite 2 cartoon shows. Well, one of the favorites, I should say, which is He-Man and Thundercats. Because I also love not Teenage Turtles. I also loved Transformers. I have to say, growing up, Transformers was my favorite cartoon. Growing up, I mean, I think there was a lot of kids back then favorite cartoon, right? The Transformers. I didn't I didn't know a lot of kids that didn't like Transformer. I mean, come on, they transform into from cars and jets and guns to giant big ass robots. What kid does not like that? Come on. And G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was up there. That was on my to watch back then too. Alright. Here is my Ninja Turtles. Let's do some oops, sorry about that. Sorry, missed a little piece right here. I think I should put some more shading right here. Back to what we were talking about, Comic Palooza. So yes, I did sign up for an Artist Alley table at Comic Palooza, but I'm on a wait list because it is already full. And so I was thinking about getting a vendor's table, which is costs more. You get bigger space and it costs more. Artist Alley is, I think, for a 3-day con, it's $400. For the vending table, you get a 10 by 10 space for $920. Yeah, I don't know about that because I don't think I'd be able to sell 100 prints of my artwork. So I'm kind of hesitant to get the table because I don't think I'll make my money back. I need to start small because this is like I said, this is my first convention. And I don't want to go in and I don't mind failing, but I don't want to fail too bad because I mean I do have a family to take care of. I can't just take money and like, oh, I'm gonna fail. Hey man, I got a family to take care of. I just can't take money and just start throwing it around. So yeah, right now I'm doing the highlights. Put in the bright spots now. But what I was saying was, I don't mind failing my first attempt at Artist Alley, but I'd rather fail with $400 instead of $1,000. So that's why I'm kind of reluctant to get the table for $1,000. I got some friends that want to do it, but they want to sell toys, and I collect and sell toys myself, but I don't have my inventory for toys has dwindled down tremendously because we deal with mostly vintage toys. We don't deal with so much modern toys. So vintage toys is kind of hard to come by. So my stock has been going down, and I don't have a lot of inventory left. So I'm going to try to sell my artwork. But if I sell my artwork with my toy friends, which is I talked about with him, he said he might be in with that to share a booth with me. But I'm afraid that this is my theory. Selling prints at a con has dwindled. There's not a lot of people that are looking for prints these days. Not that I know of, at least. Then why am I doing it? It's just because I think there's still a little bit of people looking for prints, not a whole bunch like back in the day. Back in 2000, what, 9, 10, 11, 12? Those years, I mean, it was a thing with the hottest thing was prints, right? Now I feel like it has moved away for more toys. People are collecting more toys and autographs these days than prints. There's still a market out there. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Artist Alley, it was booked up, so there's still a lot of artists out there that's selling prints. But for me, with my artwork, I just don't think it's gonna be a big market for my artwork. Only because like I said, I don't think my artwork is quite there yet. It's okay. I think I'll do all right with some of the subject matter I have lined up. But as far as people say, "Oh man, I'm looking for Drawwerx," nah, I don't think anybody's gonna be looking for me. So for me to stand out above toys, it's gonna be tough if I share a booth with a toy guy. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to share a booth with my buddy, because he sells toys. Because I think the toys will drown out my artwork. Because our idea was, if the 10x10 booth for me to set, the set was gonna be put my table towards the back, and on each side have shelves with all the toys, which I think would be great. But I just don't think. I don't know. We'll see. I just feel like my art will be drowned out by the toys. And it's not my friend's fault by any means. I'm not blaming him for anything. I'm just saying that's just what I feel is the demand at toy convention these days, at comic convention these days, is people looking for toys more than prints. And for me to get the small group of people that are looking for prints, I need to stand out. I need to be front and center, I feel. And I think the best chance of that is in Artist Alley, but unfortunately, Artist Alley is full. Okay. Let me see how this looks. Let me bring it out a little bit here. So that's my plan for the comic convention coming up. Get some coffee there. Alrighty. Got the skins down. I do the flats because sometimes it makes it easier for me to color, but sometimes I really think it's unnecessary. But because it's really time consuming to do the flats. Well, depends on how your drawing is, but this one didn't take too long for me to do the flats, but it did take a process to do the flats for the color, for me to prep. So, but now, this is body. All right, let's do these. The bandana and the belt and the pads and stuff. Do multiple selection here. Let's do. Okay, I don't know why I did that. Okay. See, I don't know why I selected the whole thing. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what happens. so annoying. You know, when I first started using Clip Studio Paint and I did the flats, and that thing worked like a charm, but now it's not doing what I want it to do. Because normally, and I know I'm doing something wrong, and I'm doing this live stream, it's kind of embarrassing. And before, I would just select the color and it would select everything with that color. But now it's not doing it. It's doing something really weird and it's driving me nuts. See, it selected a chess piece, but why did it select the chess piece? Look, and it didn't select those. It didn't select those. Look, I don't know what it selected. God, that's annoying. I gotta figure it out. It's kind of embarrassing doing this live stream like this. Oops. Cause I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Pardon me, I have to have to edit that part out. But yeah, oops. Yeah, like I said, the main reason I went to Clip Studio Paint is because of the pricing. Clip Studio Paint is cheap. When I bought it, it was only $20, I think, and it worked great. A lot of professional artists would use Clip Studio Paint to do the comic book work, and I think it's great. I have no complaints about it. I don't think it ever crashed on me before while I'm working on anything. So real stable. No complaints from me. But I think in the coming year, they're going to switch to a subscription base. So they still support this version, which I believe is version 1. I could be wrong. I forget what version this is. I could check up there, but let's see. Is there anything here? Training tutorial, getting started, instruction manager support. Let's see what version this is. But I think the next version, they will be going to a subscription base. And the last time I heard, they didn't say the pricing yet, but there was a huge uproar, obviously, within the community of Clip Studio Paint users. Because you're going from $20 to whatever the pricing they're going to do next, which is probably going to be like $10 a month or something like that, I think. But you're going from $20 for one-time fee. And I've been using Clip Studio Paint for, I'd say, 5 years now. For $20, I mean, you can't beat that. Photoshop, on the other hand, had been gone to a subscription base platform. So they charge people monthly. If you want Photoshop, I think it's like $20 or $30, or you get the whole suite for like $50 a month, something like that. I forget. But that's the main reason why I didn't go to Photoshop. And Photoshop is way more, could do a lot more things, right? I used to use Photoshop, but then I switched over to Clip Studio Paint. Then I switched over to Clip Studio Paint. And to be honest with you, I never looked back. Now that when they go to a subscription base, I don't know if I'm going to stay. I mean, if I'm going to start paying for a subscription base, why not just go to Photoshop, which is, like I said, I feel that it's a more popular and more powerful software. It does a lot more. I mean, this one is just purely based on for comic book artists. You know, this is made for manga artists to use. Photoshop, as we all know. I mean, I used to do photography, and Photoshop was just the shit. You know, it was awesome. I loved it. Expensive, but man, I loved Photoshop. But when I started getting more into drawing, and it went to Photoshop, went to a subscription base, I decided to move towards Clip Studio Paint to draw. Man, let's see here. Looking good, huh, guys? The turtle, Michelangelo here, is coming along, I think. Alrighty. Oh, look at this. I missed this little piece right here. Actually, that's gonna be dark color. All right, that's for the bandana. You see, how the bandana, I didn't even use the flats. I just went in and manually colored. Sometimes doing the flats is such a waste of time. I gotta figure how that works. Like when I select something, I wanted to select the whole color and not just that area. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But for now, let's go on to the next one, which is what do we call this? Headband. Color. And then I do the next one. I do headband dark. Alrighty. Let's get in here. First off, let's select this color and hit up multiply. I'm sorry guys if I'm mumbling. The microphone is towards one side of my desk here, and the keypad is on my other side of my desk. So I face the keyboard to type. I might be away from the microphone. So I have a better setup. This is my first live streaming, so you have to forgive me. But let's go ahead and continue on here with Michelangelo. Oops. All right, sorry for the quiet time there. Just trying to quickly lay down some of these dark coloring. Trying to do more work and less talk. because I know I was rambling on. I know a lot of the stuff I was saying, I was just kind of rambling onto myself. But guys, I promise that things will get better and more entertaining. I do want to get back to making videos. But I started a new job, I started a new job last July. So I think that's about the same time I posted my last video too. It's just switching careers in your 40s. And it just took a lot of time out of me. And I do have a family. I have a 4-year-old. 4-year-old active son. Super active. The boy is super duper like a ball of energy. So he requires my attention too when I'm off of work. So the only time I really get to draw is right now, 5 o'clock in the morning. Which is okay with me, because as soon as I'm done drawing here, I start to do my day job, which I start at 6 o'clock. So right now it is 5:45. So I got about 15 minutes here. And the good thing is I work from home. So once I'm done with the stream, I just log off the stream and turn my desk around, and I'm at my work. So that's a good thing right there. Super convenient. And let's create a new layer again, and this one is headband light, LIGHT. And let's do what I do. Screen. All right. Let's start up here, and then we're gonna that screen color is that's bright. That's some highlight right there for you. Can't draw too much of that yellow. Also, I'm planning to do more live streams like this. So I might be trying to figure out how to add another camera and one pointing at my face so y'all can see my ugly face, my ugly mug. I think it's just give it a little, I don't know, different point of view, I guess. Make it a little bit more interesting. If you could see my face drawn, I don't know. When I watch the live stream, I like to see the artist working, or the artist's face when he's talking or when he's drawing. That's just my opinion. So I'm gonna see how I could add another camera here, and point at my face while I'm drawing. I don't think I'm not the most particularly interesting guy to look at, but I think it's just be a different perspective for the live stream. All right, let me draw. Let me add. Look for different This one gives it a little more texture. So my plan is to draw all 4 turtles. I did Donatello already. And now I am doing Michelangelo. And I'm making to print, so I have 4 turtles to sell when I do my convention this year. Gotta have 4 turtles, right? You can't just have 1 or 2 or 3. You need the whole team. You need 4 of them. So here's Michelangelo. I did Donatello already. I can show you guys that later on. I don't know why I did that. Let's do this. And then let's do this. Give it a little bam. All right. Let's go ahead and work on the shell here. Shell color. You know what? Let's see how does. I'm pulling up Google image, and I just want to get to see how the shell looks like. Okay, the color. I guess it just depends which version you want to go for. I guess I'm gonna go for more of this color. More of a brownish color, I guess. Yeah, I think that's a good base color. What do you guys think? Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna keep it. That's a good thing about digital art. You could just lay down a color, and if you don't like it, you could change it. Just do undo or just erase. I know a lot of people who do traditional. It's kind of like, oh man, drawing digital is so much easier. Damn it, it is. Is it cheating? No, because I still gotta know how to draw digitally. The pen doesn't move by itself. And we're not talking about AI art here. I'm talking about actual artist art, real people drawing here. And AI art is a whole different subject. I don't want to get into because I don't consider myself an artist. I don't make a living as an artist. So at this point, it doesn't affect me too much. But I can see why real artists, people who make a living from art will be pissed. But AI art is here to stay, and I guess we could learn how to coexist with AI art. Oh, shell dark. And usually when I do this is not the only time I'm going to color. I do a lot of touch-ups throughout the whole process. I do a lot of touch-up, a lot of changing things up. So I also like to add texture to my drawings. So I'd like to come back around and add some texture to the like the skin. Like you see how the headband has this rough pencil look right there? Yeah, I like that. And usually I come back at the end and add some of those. I don't know why I do that, but I do. I don't do it to the end. It's just how I work, I guess. I don't know. It's almost time to go to work, guys. Oh shit. It's 5:56 here. I gotta get to work. Alright guys, I gotta stop here. And probably continue tomorrow morning again. And do another stream. Like I said, I don't know how the stream is gonna turn out. I have one view, which is actually more than I thought. I didn't think anybody's gonna log in at 5:30 in the morning, but somebody did, and they watched 3 minutes and 18 seconds of it. So I appreciate whoever viewed me for 3.18 seconds of their lives. Sorry about the content; it kind of sucked, but hopefully things will get better tomorrow, and so on and so on. Like I said, I'm gonna get another camera and put it on my face, my ugly mug, so y'all can see it while I'm working. But yeah, but for now, this is it. This is the turtle. Still a work in progress. So tomorrow I'm gonna finish it up. But for today, guys, I'm out of here. You guys take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out.